How we doing?
Good. Now joined by Coach John Gallagher from University of Hartford. Coach, can you just talk about how your team's getting ready for the season and what you're excited about?
Yeah, so we're 14 practices in. Obviously, we're deep, and we got 3 high-level transfers that I expect if they don't start, they'll play major minutes. And then you add Austin Williams, who's a Player of the Year candidate. You add DJ Mitchell, who's probably one of the top 3 or 4 shooters in the league. And you add, Hunter Marks, who has the experience, and Tom Webley, who could be our most improved player on the roster. And you mix that in with Mike Dunn, who knows the program. And then you have transfer from LaSalle, Jared Kimbrough, who probably could be the best defender in the league, can guard 1 through 5. DeJuan Clayton is a transfer from Coppin State, who we've had J.R. Lynch, who's been a first teamer, Tracy Carter, who's been the best defender in the league. This is, I'm not afraid to say this. This is the best point guard we've had in my 12 years here. 1,500 point scorer from Coppin. So we're deep. We have a lot of answers to the questions. So now it's just get out there and see where we are November 9th.
Questions for Coach? Patrick?
Coach, sorry.
Go ahead, Sarah.
No, I was just going to say, can you talk about what each of the transfers bring to the table and, the challenges in getting them accustomed to your program in such a short period of time?
Yeah, I think first we forgot to talk about the best shooter I've ever recruited, and David Shriver, who's a Division II transfer from West Virginia. Our toughest thing is going to be figuring out who we start, and then which I don't think we've ever had here. So David Shriver is a 6'7", 6'8", can score at all 3 levels, really knows the game, better athlete than you think, shoots it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he's right around high 40s from 3. Every shooting drill would tell you that we do. And then DeJuan, obviously, he needs to be the leader. Jared Kimbrough he's a handful. He's an absolute handful. I think he could be a player. Him and DeJuan are both Player of the Year type of players. And then I didn't even mention Moses Flowers, who before he got hurt was our best player last year. From a defensive standpoint, we're athletic. This will be our best team. And offensive standpoint, this is a team that once we start gelling, we'll be fine. It's just I only worry about what we're doing right now because we're so talented. So every day it's about gelling the team.
Patrick?
Hey, Coach. Given everything that's going on with the transition, how surprised were you that all these guys wanted to come back and play this year? How much are you using that as a motivational tool? And how much support are you getting from the school this season, given the fact that you guys are moving out of Division I?
So I'll address the last part first. I think we all have one thing in common. We may disagree on a lot of things, but the student athlete experience, I would expect our administration and people from across campus to want our student athletes to have the best experience. So we have common ground there. All right, that's one. Was I surprised we kept everybody? When I lay down at night, the season's a success just on that for me, because what we preach about the neighborhood, what we preach about this 12 years of building this, we've succeeded. Whatever happens, this has been because we literally have a brotherhood here. And when guys don't blink, just look at our roster 1 through 10. 7 guys can play at a high major level. I know we were picked 4th, and rightfully so. There's really good teams above us, but 7 of the guys next year are going to be recruited at an SEC, Big East, Big Ten level. 7. I mean, you could argue Tom Webley would be the highest recruited player off my roster if we end up going Division III. So, and look, he's my fifth or sixth guy on the roster. So it's an interesting, what I'm saying is we're just focused on this year, and I have to give these guys the best experience. And I would hope that the administration would agree with that.
And is it a motivating factor? And do the players feel that they might be able to change some minds if they do well enough this year?
I think I've never been a carrot motivator, put a carrot in front of somebody. I'm an intrinsic motivator. I'm intrinsically motivated. I think that, sprinting wins the first 3-4 years. And then, if I was a sprinter, we would have started out much better in my career here. I'm a marathon runner. I'm a longevity guy. I'm a long game. We're a long game program. If we stay Division I, the next 10 years will be historic here. And if we have to pack our bags and move the neighborhood somewhere else, it's going to be historic there, because we have a recipe now. This isn't, look at our last 4 years. We have a recipe for success, and I would hope we do it here. That's my dream.
Coach, can you talk about what it's, obviously you had a great success, your most successful season last year was what happened at the end in your first championship, but it was obviously a different season too without playing in front of fans. What will it mean to play in front of fans, not only your place, but across the country through non-conference, in-conference play this season?
I mean, our building will be wild. If they sell out, if we allow sellout crowds, we'll have sellouts here. The areas, to say that the people in the area have gotten behind us would be the biggest understatement ever. I mean, you walk around the city, you walk around the towns, and it's all everybody's talking about. So I'm most proud that this team has stayed together.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck as you get ready for the season.
Guys, thanks for your time.